Aiden, Ryan said he'll give you $100 if you can fix this unit in under 5 minutes.
Alrighty, so the first thing we're going to check for is line voltage, which I'm checking for there at the top. Then we're going to make our way down, make sure that breaker's working, so we check for that at the bottom as well, which we had 208 on each side. So then I made my way to the thermostat, or the thermostat terminals, to ensure we have 24 volts. See if it's going out to our thermostat, which we had nothing. So I then made my way to the transformer, which is tucked behind the board there, which I ensured I had voltage going there, which I did. I had voltage going in on both sides. So that's just ensuring we have potential to create that 24 volts. So after done checking that, we're just going to scratch our head for a little bit. Now we're going to make our way over to the thermostat. And here I'm just checking the wire, making sure there's no junctions, no splices, anything like that. We're going to check to make sure all looks good behind. Everything's wired up the proper way behind the thermostat, in cahoots to the unit itself. That way if we're having a problem there, we can check. We're also going to check to make sure the thermostat isn't getting any voltage right there either. Just making sure that that's not a bad thermostat as well. Here I am just inspecting that wire again, just making sure there's nothing maybe getting caught up in that Romex. Sometimes when you tighten them down too hard, they'll pinch that wire, and it'll cause you to blow a fuse. So we're going to make our way back up there. That's where I'm going to check the fuse. Again, just checking some of these wires as well, making sure nothing's touching in there that would cause that fuse to blow. So here I am pulling out the fuse. We actually had some fuses sitting handy right there as well. So I grabbed the fuse, and what I'm going to do, just make sure again nothing's touching inside of there at my thermostat connection. Check all that, do my due diligence, make sure that fuse doesn't pop again. Normally we'll have something out in the field called a little popper. If you guys are familiar with it, it's a resettable fuse. That way you're not blowing fuses continuously. So you'll see once I put this fuse back in here, it does pop again. So yep, you can see that it popped right there. So again, that little popper would kind of save you a couple dollars every fuse. Instead of popping it, you're able to reset it. Just again double checking, making sure nothing's wired incorrectly in there. And now I'm looking at my thermostat wire going to my outdoor. So if you look over here, you can see that they tied R and common together. Ryan did this to try to kind of throw me off. Was able to find it though. With that, you're connecting your voltage together, and it'll blow that fuse. Like I said, normally this wouldn't be the typical case out in the field. Normally it would be something like something as simple as like a weed whacker hitting the thermostat wire. If construction's going on, sometimes they'll hit it with a nail or something like that, and it'll cause the common and the R to touch, or the Y in the common to touch, something like that. That's causing your fuse to blow. So as you can see, everything's up and running now. No fuses are being blown, so we are rocking and rolling.
$100.
Thank you.
You're welcome.